feel like it's been a minute. Good afternoon. Who's here? Is everybody here? I see that I got already let's see, somebody's been here for a month. Janet Burns, thank you for being here and being a member. Guys, what's new? What's going on? What is it that I don't know? What did I do to make you wonder whether or not I knew? That's a Scientology thing. And it's an uncomfortable one at that. Hey, Analytical Blarney, Kim Greenleaf, Shelly even made it. Dang, girl. Meredith Lynn's here. I love Meredith Lynn. Big Z, I love Big Z. Susan P. Liz Triggs. Oh my God. Liz Triggs sent me the most beautiful cards in the mail. You guys send me amazing cards. And I've said I'm old school. I love cards. Liz Triggs. That was overwhelming, especially the one with the pictures. I absolutely loved it. Thank you, Liz Triggs. Hey, Rachel Harmon. I love that you made it. Deanna Downey, Beach Bum Beagle, Mind Candy, Otter Dancer, Holly C. Yorkie Mom, Rona Cooley. I feel like I'm trying to be a little bit quiet. Tommy is sleeping and I don't want to wake him up. He needs it. Carla Childers, Ursina made it. I love that. Hey, Keela, Hunter, Katie did it. Jimena, Mods, thank you for being here. Danielle Lippincott, Nikki K. I think it was it Squirrel Girl or Secret Squirrel that said they thought they were hidden? No, I saw you. Lilac Lime, Judy Lee. What did you do to pull me in? Karen Tootie Greenie. God, that's cute. Hey, Lacey Silver, Ellie J, Zelda, Amy Joe, Robin W. Love her. Are you sure? Lumen made it. Mel W, J Rambo, Mousy, Abby Shy. I love Abby Shy. We were privately messaging. Lisa Vining, Jeepsy Soul, Hope Between the Dreams, Aspire to Inspire, Susan P, Sean P, not related. Texas Shenanigans. Oh, thank you, Texas Shenanigans. Sam Fibrofox. I feel like it's been a minute. Hey, teacher nurse, Candace, Anne Marie Marino. That's a cool name. Panda Kelly, Just Joan, Just As I Am, Tina Mays, Wine a Little Bit More, Tony Hoban, Beata, Rachel Libby Jackson. Hey, Jason P, Catherine DeBage, Jamie Palmer, Margie Barr. I saved you from vacuuming. I need to vacuum bad. I've been seeing a lot of cat hair. Oh, your son had surgery today. Well, please let us know how he's doing, babe. I hope it's a good thing and I hope he's all right. Darcy's, Conroe, Buddy's dad, Conroe. You got Pop-Tarts again. Peanut Butter Pickles, Joanne Ventrilla. Hey, John Shamwowski, Wendy Brewer, Lucia made it. Jennifer Folsom, Nana of Two, Catherine B, Anchored Love, Eileen S, Yarn Prepper, Witchy Trista, Swedish Lena. Where's our Swedish fish Andrea? I feel like I haven't seen her for a minute. Armine, I've been thinking about you too, actually. I feel like we haven't chatted for a while and I love you. I want you to know that. Amanda Deer, good to see you, babe. Tammy Morgan, Tony's Hooter, Melissa, Lori Lee, Michelle Ferrier, Balzaz. I said it wrong, but I wanted you to feel like I saw you here. Squirrel Girl, Kelly C. I hope you felt welcome. People have changed their names or they're new. I don't know, Keela. 91ML. I haven't heard much else about the lake party. I heard that I kind of haven't thought about it for a few days. I heard that a lot of people went home and a lot of people didn't go to begin with. It was supposed to be silly. It was supposed to be a few hundred and it only ended up being around 100. So it definitely oh, that's a lot to deal with, isn't it? We trimmed your hairs today, and she was fairly upset about that. But she's a country girl, and she gets a little bit smelly. That's all I really know. Is Tommy feeling okay? Yeah, that's kind of one of this has been weighing on me, and I wanted to talk about it today. He stopped his live. Yep, he didn't seem he was feeling well. I hope he feels better. Thank you, Shelly. I've gotten a lot of people reaching out about it. Getting my tiaras in early. I love you, Reese. I don't care who knows it. All right, fine. I love you, Hockey Town John, and I just love your picture at work today. Lori Lee, I love you, babe. Mama Smurf, Mary KCIT. Okay, well, we don't need to make that much noise, do we? It's kind of dramatic, I think. Or Anita Ravensburg. Jen Pookie made it. I Live for Now. Jamie Palmer. Robin Miners, Marina, Kiwi Nan, Abigail. No, I'm actually going to go in the morning. Abigail, something came up today. Kim Wiseman. Can't think of a better name. Fall Leaves. Chauncey. Oh, God. I hope that biopsy goes okay, Catherine DeBage. That's really scary. I understand. Annette Faber. Hey, Helena. I just caught up. Steffi Thee. Oh, Brian Lucas. I love Brian Lucas. Annika's mom. Laura DePreet. I love that she made it. Tammy Kennelly. April Goodson. Michelle Asbell. So, yeah, let's see. Hey, Jenny Wong. I'm just letting people get here and saying hello. It's freezing in Maryland. I'm wearing long sleeves. It was a little cool here today, and I love it. I'm actually really looking forward to the seasons here because I don't know what to expect. I'm not on fire. What's wrong with Tommy? So I have a weird thing about even him, even my boyfriend. I feel like that's too close to me. Even my boyfriend. Hey, Galen, Jennifer Folsom. I don't like to comment too much about other creators in general. And I don't like to put words in people's mouths. If you ever notice, when I talk about Scientology, I make a point to say this has happened to me. I don't speak for all Scientologists. Typically, sometimes I have, but I don't like to speak for other people. It's kind of weird. I don't like it when people do it to me, but I do want to touch on that. Yeah, very concerned about the Admiral. And I know a lot of people aren't. I've gotten a lot of messages. So I am going to talk about it. Hey, Tiv 420. I've been very worried about Tommy and what occurred on the live. I could see the hurt behind the eyes. I reached out to both of you. I hope he's okay. Thank you, Analytical Blarney. And thank you to everybody who has reached out. A lot of people have. So what happened, VJ Burke, welcome. I honestly, it was the one night I wasn't watching that live. I was answering some of your emails and I was getting ready for bed. And it was interesting. Keela was upset. Yeah. I got a text from somebody and they were like, is he okay? I just saw what happened. And I was like, what? So then I got another text and I got like 16 Facebook messages and then I got some emails. And I love that about you guys. That doesn't upset me in the slightest. I love that because it shows what our community is. It shows how much we care, right? And of course, I went and saw what happened. And yeah, Kuala Lu. It was a really bad thing. I really didn't like that. I know who that person was. I mean, I don't know that person personally. I shouldn't say it like that, but I know who they are. I mean, I recognize the name. And Xenu and the Body Thetan. So you're confused. So the other night, Tommy was finishing up a live or he wasn't finishing up. I think he was kind of in the middle of it, wasn't he, guys? He usually does an hour or more. And I think he was like 40 minutes in. So he was on a live talking to his friends, and I haven't watched the whole thing. Hey, Mary Barons. He was on there kind of talking, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was touching on his cognitive decline, his brain, and he was talking about how he is forgetful about things, I think. And this person came on kind of like somebody would, it was very, hey, Millie, the dandelion. It was extremely like an entitled person going to the grocery store and saying, I'm not going to shop here anymore, or any store, right? Like telling the person, I'm not going to shop here anymore. How do you like that? Like, it was to me, that's how I took that message. So this person jumped on and said, something to the degree of, it was very rude. Something like, I have emailed, or I don't know if they said they emailed him, or if they said, hey, Kestrel, or if they said, you were going to email me. It was one or the other, but it said something like, you said you were going to, or I already did, and you didn't write me back. It was something like that. And they said, I am very disappointed that I never heard from you, or that you didn't respond. And I'm just really upset with you about it and super, super disappointed. And it was very sad. I mean, I almost want to say don't go watch it because it was very sad. Tommy put it up on the screen. He was having such an emotional day. It was a really good emotional day for us. We had that 4-hour Zoom call. We had cried and cried that day. And hey, Jezebel mode. He was just, it was felt like a bit of a breakthrough of a day for him. Um, it did break his heart. It really did. And again, I think it was just that impacted him because of the day he had had already. He had such an emotional day. And he just shut down. You know, you guys know Tommy. Usually when he reads something and he gets, oh, she started with I trusted you. That's right, Armine. She started the sentence with I trusted you. It was, to me, it was really emotionally manipulative, if that makes sense. Like, Joel Sachs, I'm so happy to see you. Hey, Olga, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Joel, I asked where you were the other day. Um, I don't even really know how to describe it. Yeah, he was exhausted. And I kind of gathered that he was having a good, oh, and then you promised. Yeah, just weird trapping, kind of like, yeah, Chow Yun Smite just knew what to say to make him feel bad. You know how people do that. And again, how many times have we talked about this, guys? People know what they're doing. Plain and simple, right? We don't even really have to break this down. Hey, Riley's human. People know what the F they're doing. And he just shut down. I would have thought he would have responded by going, hey, you know what? You know, like he normally does, and kind of defends himself, stands up for himself. And it was really sad. It was kind of like an ultimatum, Shelly. Hey, Blakey. And he just it just took the wind right out of his sails, and he was like, you know what, guys, I can't go on. I don't think I want to go on, or whatever he said, and he just shut it off. And it was very sad. um Really proud of Tommy for stopping and taking care of himself when he needed to. We're all really lucky to have him, but he needs to look after himself if we want him around for a long time, and we do. Helena, you couldn't have said that better. Thank you for your super chat, but thank you for putting that into how I was feeling. So I couldn't even pull him out of it. Just so you guys know, he's still it rocked him. It made him very sad. And I've had so many chats. I also tried to give him his space. He's not as much as you would think. I shouldn't say he's like this all the time. And it's not like I've known him for years, but hey, Ron and McNeil, I feel like I know Tommy really well now. I don't know 100% how he processes everything, but he's not the kind of guy that comes and runs to talk like you would think he would be. He doesn't come and like want to sit down and talk. What he did was, he has some cigars here that we got. And I said, I respected his space. I could tell right away, like the second I got that text, but then, so I got the text first. So I knew I had a heads up. And then he came into the bedroom. I was sitting on the bed writing emails. And I said, babe. And he was like, yeah, he was like, I can't talk right now. I mean, I could just tell he was just, it was really sad. It was emotional. And I said, and I thought, shut up, just shut up. He said he didn't, don't respect what he just said. I don't want to push that boundary. He said, I can't talk right now. So as much as I wanted to talk, I really wanted to talk. I thought, just, yeah, he's a Cancer. Yep. Hey, VTV. So he went outside for a long time. He went outside for so long. I was really getting pissed. I watched it. I watched what happened, and I was mad. Hey, Mr. Pants. And I thought, I'm going live. I almost went live, but what was that, like 10 o'clock at night? And I was like, I really went back and forth. I battled with myself about it because I thought, at the same time, I don't want to go live and just be in the mood I'm in. And so I took some time to process it. And, that kind of stuff's going to happen. It's like, what do you do? Go live every time? I mean, but this was a particular one that really affected him. And again, I think it was because of the day we had had and as tired as he was. It was an emotionally very draining day. And I just think it's so selfish and entitled to be like, "I'm disappointed in you." Um, yeah. Thank you, Shelley. Um, so I decided not to go live, and I decided to just shut my mouth and wait for him to come to me. And it was like a sucker punch. Yeah. And thank you, Ursina. And I still don't really know quite how to feel about it. And hey, Christine Baker. And I don't know that he has fully. So last night, you guys know he goes live every night. I talked to him yesterday quite a bit. This was the night before last, Yarn Prepper. And I talked to him quite a bit. And I just said, they hit him right where they knew they could. He had just been vulnerable about sharing his worry about his memory. Yes. Analytical Barney, that's the main thing. So after he comes in from the cigar, he gives me the person's name and he's racking his mind. And he's like, isn't that oh, he's cute, Grandma Sunshine Dragon. He's really cute. Frogs are so cute. He had been, thank you for your super chat, babe. He came in. This is what really broke my heart. Hey, Island Life. He comes in and guys, we take this seriously. This is not, he and I are perfect to stream together or talk about our channels together because we both take it very seriously. So he comes in and he's giving me this lady's name and he's like doing this and he's like, wasn't this the one that, and I was like, honestly, as good as my memory is, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I kept trying to think about it and I was like, I think that's her. She had a surgery. Hey, Tiff 420, thank you. She had a surgery. And he goes, I'm almost positive it's her. And he's trying so hard to remember. And he's getting mad at himself more and more. I can see that he can't remember. And I said, wait, stop. I don't remember either. This is not on you. This is not, it's not, And so this is how sad it was. This makes me really sad. And I don't even know that he would want me to share this, but he left again and he goes, I'll be back. And usually when Tommy is going through something and if it's at nighttime, he goes and he journals, which he does that anyway. He does it all the time, but he'll go work it out with himself in a journal. And I think that's fantastic. Imagine exploiting a weakness someone has. It's so gross. It was 100% intentional. We're supposed to lift each other up. Well, I can imagine it because it happens to you all the time as a content creator. But Brittany, thank you so much. And I love you. Hey, Mayor. So he goes to his journal and he comes back. He had written that person down in his journal from weeks ago. He went and found it and he put her on his prayer list. He found her name. And he was mad at himself. He came back and he goes, that was her that had that surgery. And I said, are you sure? And he goes, yes, because I wrote about it. And I prayed for her. And that just made me so much more angry. And I just thought, and he goes, but I didn't know I was supposed to email her. He didn't write about that, apparently. He wrote about her surgery and praying for her. But he didn't know about the needing to email her or something along those lines. That's what I think she was upset about. And it was very sad and disappointing. And I feel like my heart sunk a little lower hearing about that. And it took me a little while to process that because that was a real hit for him. That really got him, and it still has. So we go through, he does have a kind heart. Here's the message. I'm going to share this with you guys because I know him really well, as much as a lot of people don't think I do, or we don't know the real Tommy or whatever, whatever they're saying on in August this month. They change it up a lot. The guy is way more sensitive than you can imagine. And when I say sensitive, I don't mean weak. I don't mean anything like that. He's very sensitive. He cares about people way more deeply, I think, than I even realized. Okay. I didn't even realize that. A couple months ago, I made a lot of mistakes with my communication. I was kind of harsh and I realized it at that point. And I was like, why didn't I realize it? I'm a Cancer sign and I'm super sensitive, but I think because he's a man or he went to prison, like I even had those kind of stereotypes in my mind. Like he's a tough guy. Sure, but he's very sensitive about people in general. And when we talk about Tommy and we talk about he has severe empathy. If she knows him, she knows better. Expect too much. Hugs for Tommy, who has the biggest heart. Thank you, Tony Suter. Absolutely. What was I going to say? Even I think I said it. Even I was stereotypical a little bit. Oh, I know. But sometimes I think I was guilty of this. I don't want to say you guys can be. Sometimes I feel like I expect you to be stronger if you're a man. And I know that's terrible. I feel embarrassed admitting to that. And it's a lesson that I'm learning. And I learned a little while back, but like I feel like my whole upbringing was like men are strong, even of the mind. That should not be a stereotype. That shouldn't even exist. What is strength anyway when it comes to that? Like, should Huxley not, be sensitive to things because he's a guy? Like, what does that even mean? But I feel like I have even had those thoughts. And I feel like I've treated Tommy that way. And that's not the case. And it shouldn't be the case. Yes, he is VJ Burke. Thank you. Kathy Q and Ashby. We need to practice, not taking things personally. It can save so much grief. The truth is, her comments said much more about her. Absolutely, Kathy. And you're right. And I have been, ever since I've started a YouTube channel, that is the common denominator for creators. We need to practice not taking things personally. And the other thing, yeah, Tommy didn't fail her. She failed him. Yeah, it's how we were raised, Mayor. I appreciate you saying that because I almost felt alone in what I just said. I know I'm not, but even I made that mistake. Tommy is all heart. He's all heart. He's not all strength. He's not all muscle. He's heart. He's heart and soul. And he puts it out there for everyone to see. And I think even people like me made the mistake of going, oh, whoa, I didn't realize like he gets his feelings hurt. He's very sensitive. And why wouldn't he? He puts everything out there just like I do. I put my whole life out here for you guys. And then the people who want to find the weak spots where we're vulnerable and they attack on it. It happens every single day of my life now. Every day of my life. There are people out there saying that I moved to Tennessee so that I could be closer to my dying father so that I can take his money. No joke. There's people out there who attack my child. There's people out there who say, I am absolutely taking advantage of you guys and all of your super chats and money, and that's all I'm in it for. And I'm such a disgusting human being. This is my life now. If I want to keep going on YouTube, I imagine this is never going to stop. But they found a weak spot even with my father, who is very sick. But yeah, let's go ahead and throw him under the bus. I mean, and it's like someone just said, it's a total reflection on who you are. You have no heart. You are an ugly human being to even have that kind of a thought, let alone put it out there for the world to read. And no one's going to believe you except your 7 people who hate me. That is a terrible thing to say. Do you know how many more people have come to me and said, I went and looked at that stuff? It's the most disgusting cesspool of shit. Like nobody believes that is a good-hearted human being. You don't have to worry about it. It's terrible stuff. Here's something for the emotional energy tip jar. We love Tommy. I hope allows himself to rest and fill up. He is a blessing. Gypsy Soul, we love you. And thank you for saying that. I mean, it's important that people see that and say that. Thank you. Because he does a lot of work to put himself out there. The real message is for people not to be manipulative jerks. Well, that's never going to stop. This person intended to hurt. There's a stark difference. Intention is, you're absolutely right, Analytical Blarney. But here's the thing. Wow. Thank you. And not on fire. Yeah. I mean, there's just not that many of them. They're just trying to make a lot of noise. Jane Aldridge, we don't know what her intentions were and might be carefully with the blame. She caught him in a very low and may not have known what she came into with her post. Yeah, it seems like The only reason I disagree with you there, Jane, is she came on to Colts and Crims right when we, why can't, what the heck? Sorry. She came on to Colts and Crims right when we ended it. And then he jumped on the lifeboat. She did the same thing on Colts and Crims. We had ended it. And then I saw the comment pop up and it said, like, I'm super disappointed in you. And I trusted you and I believed you. And yeah, I kind of feel like whatever your intentions were, you made pretty clear. And again, oftentimes people know what they're doing and we give them too much of a pass, I think, especially when they are out in the open about it. You know, when someone goes, something really rude and passive aggressive and it doesn't feel good when you receive it. I don't like to give people the benefit of the doubt as much these days and go, well, they didn't know. Of course they knew. Yeah. They had every intention of creating that effect. And sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. She doubled down and repeated herself. She did. Seeing how you parent Huxley and how well he is doing is healing for my inner child. Just saying, Helena, I love you, girl. And thank you for saying that. And oftentimes I don't let that stuff get in. I have to run to the store, but we'll watch later. Love you, Zeno and the Body Thetans. Thank you for telling us. It's just a matter of what you let in. But being a content creator, God, I'm a nobody. Like, I'm a nobody. I can't imagine the somebodies. Can you imagine the hate for the people who actually are well known or matter? I mean, I don't mean it like that. I'm not trying to say I don't matter, but like, you know what I mean? What about the real people out there who are well known, who everybody knows? I mean, the hate comes in waves every day. Now, again, I don't think it's a lot of people, but it's people who want to make noise. And so let me think. So yesterday we had quite the day just trying to talk about it. And I still don't feel like we talked it through. I think we both kind of hit a wall. Thank you, Brian Lucas. Thank you, VT Kitten. I think we both hit a bit of a wall on how we felt because he was really torn down by that, even yesterday. And I said this to him almost verbatim, and I don't know if I should repeat it. I feel kind of bad. And I said, I'm going to sound insensitive. This is going to come out sounding bad. But I said, if we're going to let this stuff get to us, we probably shouldn't have YouTube channels. Because the fact of the matter is, I started a Gmail account just for my channel. Okay. I've got my own other email I've had forever. Okay. Just pulled up my Gmail. This is the email that you guys have where everybody reaches out to me. Since I started my channel, you guys know I try to answer you as much as I can. So just on Gmail, this isn't Facebook Messenger where I get tons. I have 5,403 unread emails from you guys. I can't keep up. I'm one person. I can't keep up. That's not to mention probably at least 5,000 Facebook Messenger messages. And for someone to reach out and go, I'm really disappointed that you didn't respond to me. I used to get really sad about that. I still respond to your messages. I'm just never going to catch up. I just get to them as much as I possibly can, but they come in like crazy. And the second I answer somebody, they go, oh, wow, she just responded. Okay, I'm going to write back now. And that's great. But you see how mathematically, I just can't keep up. Riley's human. The chat is assembled and we love him. And that's what I told him. Thank you, Riley's human. That's what I told him. You cannot take this kind of stuff personally, and that's why I think it's great that we often get paid for what we do, whether it be from Google ads or super chats or memberships or whatever it is, because we do work really hard. It's really tough. It's tough because what we do is hard. We love what we do, but I've got all those messages to answer. I've got all this hate coming at me, and I don't know what happened. I just felt a shift in the hate. It doesn't bother me. It just doesn't get to me as much. Now, somebody saying, I'm glad that your dad's dying, and they say that stuff too. I mean, that's beyond hate to me. That's just kind of like, I hope the forces of evil absolutely find their way to your front door because you deserve that and more. It's just a terrible person, and they've got to be miserable to be tearing down a 14-year-old kid or a person with cancer like that. Um, and that I tend to think about a little harder because I'm just like, where does that come from? Is that even human? But I tried to explain to Tommy, you're one person. You're one person, and you're very loved. You know, the amount of messages, of outpouring messages and questions and concerns that I got of, is Tommy okay? Is Tommy okay? Not to mention all your comments on his channel. It's unbelievable. The outpouring of love absolutely outweighs the hate. And that's what I was trying to get him to see, you know, and it gets to me too. We're not bulletproof. And for some reason, I think people think we're not real humans or something. I don't know. But that's a reason why I've stepped back a little bit. You guys notice I don't stream every day like I did. I still want to get back to the everyday thing, but I can't if I'm not feeling it that day, I just don't do it. I can't. And I told him that. So last night I said, he goes, I could tell he started pacing and he was like, and it was like 8:30, you know, about to be his stream time. And I said, what? And I'm just trying to get in the right frame of mind to go live. And I said, stop, stop, don't do it. I was like, look, I know. And I understand. Here's the other thing. He has a sobriety channel, guys. The weight of the world is on him way more than it is me. I have a channel where we just talk about life. We talk about every single thing. There's every topic under the sun. But I don't have people relying on me for their sobriety. Like there are actual people who wait for a lifeboat because it helps them every day. Tommy helps people. I don't really feel like I help people as much. I come on and complain. We come on and laugh. We come on and cry. He has an actual motive to help people get sober. Okay. So I just said though, I said, look, I'm not telling you what to do. You go live, brother. You do your thing. But I said, I don't think you should go live tonight. Take the night off. People can wait. If you are pacing, thinking pressure of going on, that shouldn't be our job. We love this job. I don't want to be pacing and go, I have to go live. And he never does that. He's the opposite. He's like, all right, I'm going live. That's how we both are. So I knew something was wrong. I was like, dude, don't do it. And we didn't, you know, I wanted to like just watch a movie or chill out, but he just went to bed. And I think the guy is behind on sleep. And I think he needs to journal more. And I think I would say, oh, I'm hot. You know, I would say people need to be more understanding. But the thing is, people are understanding. We've got like 3 assholes, but the rest of you are amazing. I get that I help you guys, and I appreciate you saying that. I'm going to go back to that super chat. I appreciate you saying that, but I feel like we're just all holding hands. I don't feel like I feel like Tommy's there to like help, you know, his sheep out there. I feel like I come on just as lost as anybody else and we just talk it out. I don't come on to help people like because I don't feel like I'm qualified to do that. I feel like we're all just helping each other. It's just different for me. I know that he really, really wants to get people off drugs and drinking and whatever it may be, whatever addiction, or just help people with anything. And I do too, but it's different for some reason for me. It's just different. I think he has a real mission to help people get sober. And how is he going to do that if he's not in a good headspace? You know, so I just thought, brother, you gotta stop for a minute. You gotta stop and pay attention to what's important, which is you. You have to pay attention to what's important. That's you. They can't enjoy you if you go out there and you're not helping yourself. Reese, you are belittling what you do for us. I'm sorry, original Anne. I tend to do that. Um, and I apologize that I'm doing that. I just don't feel like I don't feel like anybody. I just don't. I do this because it's natural for me. I do this because it's very therapeutic for me. I do this because it helps like all the help that I see that I've reached people. That's why I keep doing it. It's feels so right in my heart. But I'm going to be honest, like the more you're on here and the more people you start to get in your circle, the more hate that I seem to get. And that does kind of sometimes weigh you down a little bit, especially if it's hate that attacks your child. It's not as easy to roll that shit off. It's just not. But I'm getting better at it. And I think that weighs me down. And then I come on here and say the things I'm saying. Like, I don't matter because it kind of makes me feel that way. Like, maybe, I don't know. But trust me, I'm much better than I was weeks ago. We talked about that on the Zoom call. I'm working through it and I'm realizing what's more important and what matters. And they're always going to exist. As long as I'm here, they're always going to try to take us down. They're always going to try to psychologically break us down. And sometimes it works. Okay, hold on. Sometimes it works. Most of the time, it doesn't for me. And I think that's due to a lot of my Scientology training. I've been worrying about Tommy since Sunday night. Thank you, Jenny. He is all heart and gives so much. You both do. You have no idea how much you give. Realize there's a much bigger pool of us lovers. And that's exactly right, Jenny. You're absolutely right. By the way, I hope you're doing better, babe. She's right. It's just as the creator, guys, as the person who comes on, I think people forget, like, I can't always come on and perform. Like, I think people who hate us expect that. Like the person who said that, like, I'm disappointed in you and you promised me and it's like, do you watch him? He has cognitive decline. You know, what do you want from him? Like, what is it? How do you want him to perform for you? It's ridiculous. And almost all of you are here for the right reasons. But then you've got one person that can do what that person did. And it's sad. It really broke him for the day. Like, it really made him sad. And it made me so sad when he went back and journaled about it and he went back and found it. Then he felt worse because he felt like his mind isn't where it should be. And I had to talk to him a lot yesterday and say, babe, I don't see a decline. You're 54. We all get forgetful. You're doing amazing. You lost weight for your heart. You're doing everything the doctors tell you to do. You journal, you go to a therapist. Like, you are in a good place. He expects so much out of himself. And I feel sad for him. And I think we all do it. Yeah, you're not a show pony. Yeah, thank you, Original Ann. And Jenny, thank you for your super chat. Keela, I left a comment after that live. He opened up about his memory issues and she was out of line, period. I have the same issues with my memory. Try being kind. It's free. Yeah, that's the thing, is that's what people are going to do. That's the hard part. We come out here and we give you everything. We give you the good, the bad. You got the foundation. You got the blueprints of my life. Think what you're going to do with that if you're evil intentioned. You're going to try to find all the little cracks you can and try to weaken that even more. And people do it all the time. They do it all the time. Thankfully, I've had about 6,000 hours of bull bait training, and a lot of that shit doesn't get to me. But sometimes it does. I think what happens is you can attack me all day long. I love the people who are like, I just wish that her stupid super fans would see that she's a grifter and manipulating them. That kind of shit doesn't bother me. Attack me all day long. But I think when they attack my family, that's, especially a 14-year-old kid, that should be off limits. And if you go to read that shit, that should tell you who you're reading from. Consider the source. Consider the source. Are you going to believe people who write about kids? Who knows what else they do to kids? It's pretty terrible. It's obviously their feeling toward kids is not good. Thank you for checking, Jeepsy Soul. We love you. You're cute. Tell Tommy I'm so sorry. I was modding. I wish I had removed her comment to feel like I let him in the book. Shelly Kelly, you guys are amazing. And you don't have to super chat me, babe, but thank you. You're amazing. We would never, Tommy and I, not once in any conversation have been like, the mods let us down. You guys work so hard and you do it because you want to, we would never feel that way toward the mods. We love you guys and we respect you. And that's what I told him today. I said, that's why, man, I like having a lot of mods, because I don't want them to all feel like they have to work all the time. I tell them, don't do it. I have said to my mod, Kathy Ann, she'll go, everybody's kind of busy tonight. I'm going to jump in if I can. I don't need one. I want my mods to be mentally well, take care of their own lives. I don't want anybody to feel let down. Yeah, they try their best and they do amazing. And they work really hard in the background. They work all day long behind the scenes. These people work really hard. I would never, ever hold anything against our mods. Thank you, Shelly Kelly, but you're beautiful. Don't ever feel that way. None of you guys ever feel that way. I love Marlugo. I didn't share in the Zoom, but my dad passed yesterday afternoon. He lost his battle to cancer and congestive heart failure. My mom lost her best friend. That's one for him. From Daddy's Little Girl. Oh my God. I had no idea. Marlugo, I'm so sorry. I have to say, I understand. I totally understand. And I'm really sorry. It makes me very sad, babe. And tell your mother that we're sorry. That is so awful. It makes me sad for Marlugo. Very sad. I'm sorry. It's hard because I know you. I know you personally, and I'm really sorry. Thank you, Rhonda Frank, for your super sticker. We swim together. He lifts people out of the water. He does. And I'm glad you see that and say that. Both are equally important roles. Thank you, Analytical Blarney. Tommy and Reese are both wonderful. Don't listen to the haters. We love you. And we don't, Joel Sachs. But at some point, and Joel, I love you. You know, a lot of people say, stop talking about the haters or stop addressing the hate. It's not like I'm trying to, but my God, it's like, I don't know. I had a channel for a year and all of a sudden it started flooding in. I don't know where it came from or why. Um, and it doesn't, like, I just assume it comes with the territory. I'm not like, oh my God, all this hate. It comes with the territory. I get that. But I happen to have a partner that we have a show together with, and it got to him. And so I'm addressing it. That's all. I'm just addressing it because of that. April Conlon, I was on the call. As soon as he read the comment, we all saw his heart break. Yeah. It was an emotional, draining day. And to end it like that sucked. He was on such a high, my heartstrings broke for the 8th time. Yeah, April Conlon was on the Zoom call. So she was there to see the emotional mess that we were going through. She was too. We were all crying. April, thank you for saying that. It's very validating. Wish he could see through the lens of someone else going through a similar situation. I know he would be much more compassionate. I get that. Robin W., we love you, girl. It's such a nice thing to say. The power of your Claire V compels me. You know, I love Claire V, not on fire. Thank you, babe. You're cute. Helena, understand you mean it's a greater level of pressure when your help is aimed at sobriety, but you help like a talk with a trusted and supportive friend. You're right. That's a great way to put it. Helena's right. I help people too, but it's through talking and like being a friend would. I just don't have, he has a specific channel and he has worked so fucking hard to group together this special amount of people. And some of them have never had an addiction with drugs or alcohol or anything like that in their lives. And they still come because he's so helpful. But then there are the ones who are struggling through alcohol or drug addiction or who just got out of prison. And I can't believe the reach that he gets to. It's far and wide. And he, you know, he worked hard to build that. I love Yorkie Mom. All my love to Tommy and you. It was so upsetting to end the day on that note. My heart broke for Tommy. Yeah, Yorkie Mom, all of us. Thank you for saying that, babe. I love you. Please message me. I have an idea I would like to talk about. Okay, Michelle Asbell. Thank you for your super chat. Ellie J, thank you for gifting the membership. And Aria gifted 5. Aria, I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you for gifting those, babe. Christy Lynn Wilson coming for Hux or your dad is so unacceptable. It is, but what do you do about it? I mean, you got to keep going. And if this happened to you, Reese, I'm sure Tommy would give you a different message than what he's telling himself. We know his spirit and intention. Absolutely. And that's the thing is you guys know us and the ones who are iffy and on the fence about us and go read or find whatever they want to go find, you're always going to find hate if you look for it. And those people weren't meant to be with us and that's okay. And then new ones come in and old ones leave and it's going to be the cycle of how it's going to work. I understand that. I'm much more desensitized to it now, now that I've been burned by a couple people that were friends, I thought, and I'm kind of learning and I'm more wise to it. And I also just expect there to be people attacking me. That's not, and like I said, I'm a nobody as far as fame. Like nobody knows who I am. Nobody cares who I am. That's not why I'm here. But I imagine the actual people who are well known, I'm sure they get it in huge amounts. Some peeps have unrealistic, yeah, Galen, unrealistic expectations. That's a good way of putting it too. It sums it up. Thank you for your super chat. Tell Tommy that most of us really love him. Amy Edge, I have, and I definitely will. Because that's the truth. Yeah, hate is easy. Absolutely. Addicts have other resources like sponsors and meetings. Tommy is a beautiful, strong, courageous man sharing so openly and freely. That's why he is so fiercely loved by so many. I love you both. Please hug him. Mayor, I will do that. It's such a nice thing to say. And I love that you were on the call on Sunday with her husband was on the call. It was their anniversary. They were so cute and giddy. They were adorable. Mayor, thank you. I love you, Mayor. Yeah, my grandmother always used to say, "You're gonna find trouble if you go looking for it." I don't go looking for it. Exactly. But if you go looking for stuff, you shouldn't be shocked when you find it, And the other message here is don't look if you don't want to see. You're gonna find stuff. That's what I did with the jesters. I was told, "No, it's all rainbows and, just mirth and fellowship and just us guys getting together to play golf." It's not. And then I opened Pandora's box, right? Remember? And I didn't necessarily want to see, but I looked and I saw, and sometimes it's the truth, like it was with the gestures, and sometimes it's not. But either way, you're going to find it. I love you, Bex. Yeah, a-holes are going to a-hole. Hey, Carrie Ann. Love you, girl. I'm so glad I got to see you on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, he's just a beautiful man. Of course, Mary Barons. Thank you. He's a really good guy, but he has faults like the rest of us. And he is battling, Shelley. He is battling with he has a, what do they call it? What's the short term for it? He has brain, what's it called, guys? Help me. I know he has cognitive decline, but it's CTE. That's it. CTE. Thank you, Robin W. I couldn't think of the word for it. Tommy has given me hope and help when I felt there were none left. That's amazing, Squirrel Girl. And so many people have said that. So many people have said that. Thank you, Squirrel Girl. SBI. I don't know what that one stands for. Brain fog? Yeah, kind of like I have right now, Blake. And that's the thing is I try to tell him that too. I'm like, "Babe, we all forget things." I think he's extra sensitive to himself. He's hard on himself when he forgets something, And I often say that to him. I'm like, "It's totally okay that you forgot." That's, we all do that. But we have to be, I don't know. I expect people to be, oh, TBI, traumatic brain injury. Yes. I expect people to do that though these days. Like what that woman pulled on his channel, I expect to see that all the time. And I do. I see it sometimes. And I just, we just have to let that shit roll off. That reminded me so much of a person that goes into a store all entitled and rude to the employees and throwing a fit because they think the louder they are, the more they're going to get their way because that's, what a lot of people do. And then what happened? They go, "I'm never going to shop here again. Where's your manager? I'm never coming back here. Bye. We don't care." It's kind of how it is. It was very much that way. And I just thought, then don't be here. If you really love and support this guy and watch him and you watch the boat, then you would know that he has cognitive decline. He does forget things. I'm his partner. I've seen it. But you've got to have a little grace for people. And I really hate when, people just don't. It's ugly as shit when people act that way. I get so embarrassed for people who behave that way in public. The ones who throw a fit and I mean, who hasn't lost their shit in public? We've all done it. But some people make a habit of it. I can remember doing it in my 20s. I can remember being rude to someone. I was rude to somebody in public and I went back like 3 days later. I was pregnant and I said, "I am embarrassed at my behavior and I'm sorry. I don't even know you. You're a total stranger and I was very rude to you and I apologize." I've done it. But when you make a habit of it, that shows who you are as a person. That's terrible to treat people that way because you didn't get what you wanted. Get the fuck over yourself. Sometimes trouble gets plopped on your doorstep. We've got our poop kickers on and we're ready to do some stomping. I felt like he's my little bro. Jenny, I love you. You're so sweet. That's such a nice thing to say, babe. Thank you. Trixie, who hasn't forgotten to text or email? Words can hurt, so more when tired and drained. Yeah, that's true too, Trixie. You're right. And it happens. And on that occasion, it sounds like he did forget. But I'll tell you right now, I have people who are like, I sent you a message a month ago, and it's like, I didn't forget. I just have 400 emails. I'm going to try. I want to talk to all of you. Trust me. That's why I want to do the meetups. That's why Tommy and I are so desperate to go meet you guys in person. We want that. It's just, it's a good problem to have. We have so many friends now and so many people that we want to talk to, but it became overwhelming and now I can't catch up. But I'll tell you what, when I'm not working my other job and I'm not doing this, I'm constantly trying to answer messages. I really am. When I took Huxley to football practice, it was a 2-hour practice. And I thought, I'm not even going to drive home. I'm just going to sit in my car. Because now it's like, if I have a wait anywhere, if someone's like, oh, it's going to be an hour wait, I never feel that like, anxiety anymore. Cause I'm like, that's okay. I've got 5,600 emails I need to answer. So you can make me wait 2 hours. I'll just sit here and answer emails. That's all I do now. That's all I do. If I have any kind of a wait, if I'm waiting somewhere, if I'm sitting somewhere, anything, I'm like, that's okay. I've got a ton of messages I need to catch up on. So trust me, we try. And he does too. He really does. Auntie Janet, longtime lurker. Love you, Reese and Tommy is an amazing guy. You are both such great communicators, which is why so many love you and your channel. That is so sweet. Hey, baby angel. I feel like I haven't seen you for a minute. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, that was rude. Talkie Town John, but you could, babe. You absolutely could. And that's the other thing. I don't want to give the impression for people that are like, I don't want to reach out to you because I know you're already busy. That makes me sad too. I want to talk to you guys. That's what I love doing this. I don't do this because I have to. I do this because I love it so much. I found something that makes me so happy. This is my favorite thing. I think about you guys all the time and I want to talk to you. I want to see you in person. What is that? I don't know. Everybody gets brain fog. Reese, you are so thoughtful. Answer emails when you can. People, please be patient. Ask yourself, how would you handle it? I mean, that's the other thing is the people who want to go on and complain. It's not so much the same thing, but it's like you get mad at me for, super chats or whatever I do on here that makes you mad. Start a damn channel. You go start a channel. You pour your whole world out there. It's fun, but it's scary. It's intimidating to do what I do sometimes because I think, well, you don't know how many times I've ended a live. Love you and Tommy. Give him a hug. Thank you, Renee Rainbow. We love you too. And I love your picture. Thank you for being a member. I don't think you realize how many times I have ended a live and thought, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. For instance, I'll give you an example. I did something really shitty the other day. I was on Cult Crims Sunday. Wasn't that Sunday? And I went into someone I don't even know. Okay. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. And I kind of tore the person down. And it was very immature of me. And I really got mad at myself after that live. And I thought, why did I say all that? That's not even something I typically think like. I don't even know that person. I'm judging somebody I don't even know. And I really don't want to do that anymore as I get older. I used to do it all the time. As a Scientologist, all the time. Now it's like, really? Am I going to waste time talking about somebody I don't even know? And I did. I'm guilty of it. And it was stupid. And it was wrong. It was stupid. It was just a waste of fucking time. But that's what I mean. It's hard having a YouTube channel because it wasn't that bad, Reese Kestrel. You're right. It really wasn't that bad, but it wasn't appropriate either. Like, she's probably a really good person. She's probably a really good mother. Like, life is hard enough. Do I need to go tearing somebody down that I don't even know? I shouldn't have done it. It's just not right. It just didn't feel right in my heart when I was done. So I can't tell you how many times I've also ended a live going, well, that's it for me. I probably went too far on that. I probably shouldn't have said that. It's not easy. Now it is a choice. I mean, I'm not saying no one's twisting my arm to do this, but I'm not for everybody as it is. And I'm pretty blunt, and I don't have a lot of boundaries. And so it's not that easy to come out here and just talk and fill the space of things that Adam Wood, what's the topic today? I've already kind of talked about the topic. You are our cup of tea. Mama D, thank you. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not for everybody as it is. And it can be nerve wracking, guys. And you can all imagine it can be nerve wracking coming on here and saying whatever, because whatever I think comes to mind, it comes out of my mouth. And then, it pisses people off and they unsubscribe or whatever. It just is what it is. Thank you, Robert Hall. Thank you. Yeah, Shelly, we've all done it. We've all said things where we're like, why did we say that? Or we feel bad about it. And I think for some reason, a lot or a handful, I don't know if it's a lot, but I think some people feel like we're not human in some way. Like, I've said things and people are like, I can't believe that you're a mother. How could you say? And it's like, really? You've been living under a rock? I mean, of course, I'm like everybody else. I'm going to come on here and say things and I may regret saying them. It's just weird to me. I think people kind of expect higher from people like me and Tommy. Like, their expectations are higher for some reason. I don't know. I don't even know how that started, but it's a weird feeling. Because of you, I'm seeing a therapist. That's amazing. Because of Tommy, I started journaling. Please let him know he answered an email from me and saved me. Oh my God, I love that so much. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to mute this. Yeah, I was muted on purpose, you guys. I was muted on purpose. I know. I muted on purpose. No.
Oh, what's it?
Well, would you be willing? You don't have to sit.
Okay.
It's up to you.
No, just say it for a second.
I just wanted Tommy, I wanted you to read this first of all. Because of you, I'm seeing a therapist. Because of Tommy, I started journaling. Please let him know he answered an email from me and saved me.
Oh, that's very cool. Who's that?
Karen Pooley.
Thank you, Karen. It's very cool.
We've been talking about you, and I didn't want to put you on the spot, so I muted it to call you. And everybody in here, there's 767. We've just been talking and how much we love you. And I know that that's not something that you always want to, you know, have a love fest, but babe, you are so appreciated.
I appreciate you guys.
And
I really do.
You have such a big heart and you help so many people and you have the softest head.
Yeah. Well.
And all these people are saying how much they love you.
Well, I really appreciate it. I love all of you.
Squinty.
I know, right? I'm blind as hell.
He's like, I really appreciate it, you guys. It's so nice.
I believe there are people here. You just can't see them anymore.
But we've been doing a show about you.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that was nice. Thank you. Appreciate you, Quibs. I love you.
And I love you. And I didn't want to put you on the spot. But
I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you.
But you're also really cute.
I'll take that.
We like your peripheral pain.
Look at this. Tighten up your game, Quibs.
We like your peripheral pain in those shorts.
Oh, thanks.
Is he not the cutest? Sorry, guys. I muted that on purpose because I put him on the spot asking him to come in here. And if he was going to say no, which I kind of expected him to, I didn't want everyone to feel sad about that. But he did kind of say no. He was like, really? And I said, yeah, you don't want to? And he was like, you know how I feel about that. I think he felt embarrassed that I was kind of love bombing him. But I just want to say thank you to you guys for that because that was meaningful. And I knew you would lift his spirits and you did. So that meant everything to me, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go back to these grifty super chats of mine. By the way, Karen Pooley, that was amazing. I have a memory disorder that affects your self-concept, esteem on a visceral level. I forget things, important things about my kids. And I understand. And see, that's what I mean. You have to have some damn grace for people and not on fire. And that was even big of you to admit and share that. So thank you. Cooter by the Lake came in to say, not sure what happened to make Tommy so upset. Please give him a hug. I did. And we love you. Thank you, Cooler by the Lake. Jane Aldrich. I've been with the lifeboat for well over a year. One of Tommy's rules is to be kind. Yes. I know everyone's heart is with Tommy, but I don't think he would want us to be judging or speaking ill of anyone. We've all had our say, might we try moving on being positive? Absolutely, Jane. I think you're absolutely right. Thank you for your giant super chat. And yes, I think it's good to touch on what we did because it's really been hurting him. And you're right, to go back to what Tommy says, being kind. And he said the other day in a live something about if it brings you closer to love, do that. He's full of good ones. Hugs and prayers for you, Tommy, and your dad. Thank you, King's Kid. That means a lot. Thank you very much. And thanks for being a member. Christy Lynn Wilson, thank you, babe. Bowie says, hi, Tommy. Oh my God, that bunny is so cute. The Witchy Share, we love and appreciate who you are, Tommy. Always keep fighting. You are stronger than you think. You are enough. Which share, that is really a nice thing to say. And Helena, thank you for your super chat. Off topic, any update on the lake party? Hey, Wharton Pistol, Christy Lynn. I said it in the beginning. I don't have a lot of an update on the lake party. It was way less than they thought it was going to be. So like, it was supposed to be hundreds. So at first it was like, I heard a really big number, like 6, 7. Then I heard it was more like 3, 4. And then it ended up being like 150, I think. Like a lot of people backed out. And I don't think it was as good of a time when that girl got arrested. So we're going to continue. I have their parties for the rest of the year. And thank you, Rise Higher. Yeah, I did grow up on George Carlin. I know their party locations for the rest of the year. And so I figured we would continue to talk about and let everybody know what's going on with those parties if we're cool with it. But I think it made a little bit of a dent, and that was a good thing. I wish the guys would have been arrested, not so much the girl. I really wish that the judge went back to the party. Yeah. We accomplished our goal in a way, but it would have been better if it were the men that would have been arrested. But it is an achievement, Helena. Yeah, it is. But guys, I just wanted to pop on and have that chat with you. And I knew that it would be a good chat. And I thank you for that. I think Tommy will definitely be on the boat tonight. So if you could support him and go over and watch it, I think that would be great. You know, the guy, again, I feel very honored to know him. People really love Tommy, but a lot of people have torn him down. A lot of people have torn him down, and say things that he's not. And well, thank you, Original Land. They say things that he isn't, and he really is what you see. And if you see otherwise, that's your problem. But he is what he says he is. And if he's not for you, then just move on. That's how people are with me. It's like quit watching. If you can't stand us, I don't understand. Just move on in a positive way. Just like our friend Jane Aldrich said, just move toward the positive. I don't know, whatever that may be for you. But Reese, tell Tommy this. Never let the 1% out of the 100 get you down. Instead, let them come back around and you decide if it's worth keeping them there, because it's always, yeah, Blake. And that's what I kind of try to remember for myself. Sure, we get like a few of those kinds of messages, but the outpouring of love always outweighs it. Always. And that's something we have to remember. All of us. All of us. So um yeah, Abigail, I'm going to leave it up to him. I trust that Tommy will make the right decision for tonight. If he doesn't want to go on, then by all means, I don't think he should. Noelle, I love you, girl. I love Noelle. Shannon C, welcome though. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, Copper Top, that's really nice. So you guys who support and watch the lifeboat, I just think that's really kind of you. And a lot of you found me because of Tommy. A lot of you guys are longtime lifeboat and Tommy supporters. And Shelly, you're hilarious. It's hard enough out there. It's hard enough. It's hard enough. Let's just as well support each other. I don't get it. I don't get the hate. I understand not liking a person. I'm guilty of not liking people, but I'm never going to go to a point where I'm going to tear down their children or their parents or make up lies or any of that. It just seems really ugly. Like it makes you seem like you have a bit of an ugly heart. I love that, Shelly. Thank you, Sarah Bowman. Sophia, I'm happy I found the lifeboat through you. That's amazing. I think that's so cool how you guys found everybody. Like whether it was through Aaron, through Tommy, through me. I think that's really special. And I think it's important to just try to support each other, try to lift each other up. It just is at this point in our lives. I mean, I don't want to look back and think of all the things I destroyed. I would rather build myself up. Guys, coming out of this church, I think about it a lot, been reflecting on it a lot. I think I'm unpacking more now than when I got out a year and a half ago, if that makes sense. There's so many things. I actually would like to do my next show about that. I wonder if I have time to do that tomorrow. I'd like to sit down with you guys. I kind of want to tell me what you think of this before I go. I kind of want to do a Scientology show again, but not about, I never do shows about like how Aaron does it, like the news, the current news of Scientology. I want to talk about how it's affected me. And even now I'm unpacking some things where I'm like, I get real frustrated with myself because I still think a certain way, or I find that I still have that habit. You know what I mean? And I almost am recognizing it. VTV, you're funny. I almost am recognizing it more now. I think it makes sense to recognize it more now than when I just got out, because now I'm doing more processing. I'm doing more therapy. Like I think now I have more time to kind of reflect. Being in my last marriage, I feel like I didn't have time to unpack and reflect. And I feel like more now, you guys know now how I love to talk with you through stuff. Like I like to get your opinion and kind of see. If you don't mind, I would like to have another show where we just kind of deep dive, more than one show, I'm sure, but where we're going to kind of deep dive and process like how things affect me that were just in Scientology, they were called stable datums. I don't know if that's an English outside word of outside of Scientology, but like a stable datum would be, we operate by the greatest good for the greatest number of dynamics. A stable datum would be, you inflow what you outflow. That was something that we would say in Scientology. So I still feel like I operate on those stable datums, and then I'll catch myself doing it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm still doing it. And I didn't realize it. I'm here for the grifter tax. Thank you so much, Rachel. Yeah, we got to put that toward my private jet. Thank you so much. Um, Yeah, Shelley. I just have noticed it. And I think I talked with Tommy about it. It's Scientology's. Thank you, Cricket, for breaking that down. Yorkie Mom, that's so nice. I love when you guys gift memberships. It's just people love it. Thank you. Yeah, VTV. And I'm not even sure I'm getting it out fully how I want to get it out. But you know how we started a chat? I just kind of work through it and then we get it out until we're done. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I knew you guys would support that. And I like the best thing I like about any subject that I'm struggling with is this many people show up and we kind of talk through it. And then you tell me your point of view and you tell me how it affected you. And maybe you had a situation in your life where you went through something like that. And then I love that. And we all kind of work it out. Hey, Alana, I love that you made it. Um, I think I'm ready more. Oh, thank you, Shannon Z. I think I'm ready more to talk about Scientology more than ever because it was kind of right in my face when I left and I was outed. And I thought, what do you I told the story. What exactly do I talk about? Well, now that it's been a certain amount of time, it's not right in my face, but I feel like it's always kind of hovering and I'm like, I'm still doing it. Oh my God, I'm still doing it. Or I get really upset. And Hummingbird, you must give yourself grace. You were going through so much at once. Natural to have the real unpacking begin now. Yeah, that's how I feel. Thank you for saying that. And it's like the real unpacking is happening now. But man, I just had a anger fest the other night and then it kind of turned into tears. I was going to bed and I was laying next to Tommy and I started hey, Chrissy, lurking on Nora's. I'm glad you made it, girl. Thank you for being here. Panko. Thank you, Panko. I love Panko. You're always such a supporter. Thank you for being a member, Panko. Hey, Pat Kimbrell. Oh, I had a freaking breakdown the other night. I was so angry because, and I thought about this. I thought, I want to talk to my people about, oh, thanks for the grifter tax, Susie. Susie Q. I really appreciate that. You know, I need it. Gotta, gotta get that money. That's what they say, right? That's the rumor. I had this freaking breakdown the other night, and Tommy was, I think he felt really, he said, he goes, I feel really bad about this. And it's because I still can't get things out in the English words sometimes. And I was so frustrated. I was talking to him, and it started with me talking to him. And he said something I didn't understand, and he told me what it meant. That was fine. That happens to me all the time, by the way. If you only saw my real outside, like conversations with him, not real, they're the same here. But what I'm trying to say is, I can't tell you how many times a day I'll have to stop him and go, what does that mean? What does that word mean? Or what does that concept mean? I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Some words he'll say, I'm like, I've never even heard that word. And it's an everyday word. I just don't know it. So that happened. But then I couldn't talk. I sometimes I have to I have to stop myself like I just did because I can't say it in non-Scientology terms or words. And sometimes it's real Scientology stuff and like actual words I think that you guys don't use. Like that one time I was on a live and all I could think of when I was like, I cognited, I had a cognition, I cognited that, and that's not apparently an outside word. And what that word now means, equal to that, to translate it, is an epiphany or a realization. That's all that is. But I only know cognite or cognition. Thank you, Sophia. I love you, girl. Sorry I did that to you again. And I was getting really frustrated because I couldn't say what I was trying to say to Tommy. And he was like, it's okay. It's okay. And I was like, it's not okay. And I got really upset. And I was like, this happens to me all the time. Like, I get really upset because I have to stop and go, how do you say it? How do you guys say it? I don't know. That sounds stupid, but it really frustrates me because I want to get there faster. I feel like I was just dropped here on planet fucking Earth sometimes. And I'm like, that's how you guys do it. Like your customs are different to me, even. Like, I just feel like things are more difficult. I know that sounds dramatic and you're going, Reese, come on. But it's true. I don't know anything I should know. And so I'm already getting frustrated because then I unleashed on him and I was like, I don't know the amount of wars have been on this planet. I thought the Holocaust was 600 years ago. I thought Jesus wrote the Constitution. I didn't know, like, I don't know what D-Day is. I thought Philadelphia was a state. Like, there's so many things that piss me off that I'm like, I'm not up to date. I want to speed up and have my knowledge of what you guys know because I find it embarrassing and it angers me that I can't just say things sometimes because I have to filter through the non Scientology way. And sometimes all I know are the Scientology concepts and words. And I feel cheated and it makes me very angry. It makes me, because I'm like, I want to speed up. I want to know what you know. And I'm tired of having to learn it. I just want to know. It makes me mad that I don't know. I love when you talk about Scientology. Your viewpoint is unique among other exes. It's really interesting to be with you as you well, thank you, Auntie Janet, and welcome. I don't know if you changed your name or I'm just not on the ball today, but thank you for your super chat. Just say it, babe. Blake Reed is here if we need a word clear. Do we have a word clearer in the chat? Oh, Blake Reed's here. Thank you, Hockey Town John. It hurts. It's painful for me because I'm already like this. Like, I'm the person that's like, spit it out, spit it out. Well, a local crim. This is our friendly neighborhood crim.
Cognite?
Cognite.
Epiphany?
Epiphany.
And you got it. It's proof you're learning at breakneck speed, kid.
Did I not have a fucking breakdown the other night?
Yep, but that was because you were in the process of picking that one up, and now you got it. It's tucked away. You just proved it. Came right from recall. It's a beautiful thing.
And you know what else is a beautiful thing?
What's that?
The fact that Tommy is so understanding and patient with me about it.
Well, you speak 2 languages. I only speak 1.
Yeah, but it's amazing to me how safe you make me feel, babe. Thank you. You do.
I love that. Oh,
Jenny, I use Google Dictionary and Alexa constantly. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea. Thank you, Jenny. Analytical Blarney, you both and Tommy, both you and Tommy have the same concerns. You don't like to see him inept due to language barriers, and Tommy doesn't like to seem deficient via memory. That's a great point. Thank you, Analytical Blarney. Paralyzed to paralyzed. Girl, you've only been out a year. You're doing great. They isolated you to control you. They aren't controlling you anymore. We're all learning. X's are never ends. It's life. I know, and I appreciate you saying that. And you're right, but it just feels so behind. Oh, Alana, your frustration is understandable, girl. It's okay. Take a breath and just think of all the amazing things you will learn. I'm excited for you. Alana, thank you, babe. Coming from you, that means a lot. Thank you for saying that, guys. Thank you for those super chats. It's just, I am already, like I said, the kind of person that's kind of like, let's keep up the pace here. And I can't do it with myself. And I get mad at myself. And I'm like, how do you say this? I don't know how to say it other than me saying it. And I do feel a bit cheated. I'm like, I'm mad that I don't know anything about the world. I know nothing about history. I don't know anything. I don't know math. I don't know. I'm embarrassed. I can't help my own child with his homework. He has algebra now this year. You think I know what that is? I don't know anything about it. You are a member of my channel. Tommy said, now I'm not green. You are green, Chris YouTube Junkie. You're green on my side, babe. Thank you for being a member. It looks like you're a member to me. Curious, how does Huxley deal with or help you with language and understanding? Positive life, that's a good question. I think I speak differently, or I have spoken to him differently over the years, especially because he was a child. So it was more age appropriate anyway. And I feel like I have more patience with myself when I talk with Huxley because we're both learning. He's a kid, he's learning. So I feel like I kind of, Chris YouTube Junkie, you're good. Thank you. I feel like I kind of don't get as frustrated talking to Huxley. And you know what's cool about Huxley is he knows a lot about history and stuff on planet Earth. Like, I don't know. And he actually told me some things the other day. And I said, you know that? And he was like, yeah, I learned that in school. And I said, that's so cool. You'll have to teach me what you know about that. So as he's gotten older, he can teach me things, and I think that's really cool. He already tries to teach me about sports, but as you guys know, I glaze over. Tommy's cool because he's very patient and understanding, and like I said, my ex that I was with, he would teach me things too, but I'm telling you, I didn't absorb it because he was so busy making me feel bad about it, or going, I can't believe you didn't know that. Everybody knows that. Oh, I forgot you grew up in a cult. I forgot you're a Scientologist. And it's like, forget it. I didn't learn the lesson. I learned nothing because then my walls went up and I was busy, feeling defensive and hurt feelings. So the emotion got in the way of the actual lesson I was supposed to learn. So it wasn't the same thing. But when Tommy teaches me stuff, it's how he just was. It's so cute. He gets real bright about it and he'll be like, yeah. He's like, so that's all. He's like, you got it. You got it. And he's just really like upbeat. And that's how he is with Huxley. Hey, Debbie Zito. I've always wondered how people could fake past life memories and auditing when not having a clear view on history, even not seeing TV and movies. Clever people. Yeah, I mean, I had past life recall all the time, but it was actual like one of my past life recalls, which I don't think it's real, but I thought it was at the time, that I died one time driving through the country to get to my sister's wedding, and I hit a tree and died. And I actually recalled like the funeral and ruining her life, and um like hanging out around her after the funeral. All of that's probably bogus, but I was on the cans that day 15 years ago recalling it and crying through it. I don't know. Couldn't tell you now. So I don't know. I also past life recalled once where I died of stomach cancer. I was an old man in a hospital. Isn't that weird? It's so weird what you come up with in Scientology auditing, guys. But it's frustrating. Yeah, good teachers are my heroes. Absolutely, Robin W. So I want to do a show about that. And I'd like to talk to you guys about memory can be created. Absolutely, Kestrel. And I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. When you're sitting in an auditing room for 11 or 12 hours, you probably start to get a little bit delirious and want to get the hell out of there. And you'll say whatever you have to say to get out of there. Thank you, Joel Sachs. But Scottsdale Nancy, I'd love to see you. I just feel very behind. I feel very, very behind in the world, and I get frustrated and I get mad that there's so many basic words that you guys use. I don't know what they meant. I don't know what they're about. And I'm really thankful because Tommy is the best teacher I think I've ever had. He's so good at teaching me stuff. Then he gives me a concept of it. And then I kind of go, oh, like this. And he'll just go, yeah, you got it. That's it. It's really cool. And I brighten up and I feel so much better. No, I didn't, Bigsy. I didn't see that. Thank you, Shelly. Guys, thanks for listening. I kind of went off there, but it is like false confession, Panko. Absolutely. I just want to say thank you for listening to me today, and thank you for understanding what we talked about Tommy. And I think the next show I really would like to open up. I think the next few, I don't plan my shows ahead, so I can't really say this, but I want to start to talk about Scientology more. Again, my experiences and the concepts, to where maybe you guys can help me how Tommy helps me. Maybe I can give you something and you guys can help me kind of work through it and understand it. But I don't really know anything about current Scientology. I don't mean talk about the news of Scientology. I just mean I want to talk about my experience, and I have 38 years of it. So we could go on and on. And if you don't mind, I'd like to do that with you guys. I'd like to open up, and it's interesting too because I learn something new all the time. Tommy will be like, L. Ron Hubbard totally took that word and gave it a different fucking definition than what it really means. That's a problem too. That's a real problem. Like, I have so many ideas of what a word means, and in your guys' mind, out here in the world, it doesn't mean that. So maybe you guys could help me with that. I mean, I would have no problem opening up and talking about it. I have a lot of things I've never talked to you about when it comes to Scientology and my experiences. So, that could be fun. And I think we should, because I feel more like at ease. I know all of you. I trust you guys, and I feel more open and safe. And I feel like talking about it. I'm ready to I'd like to heal from some of it. Again, I feel like it's sitting here, and sometimes 2 or 3 times a week I'll go, Oh my God, that's Scientology and it's still right here. I still apply that or I still do that. And then I was on autopilot and I'm like, holy crap, I didn't even think about that because it's just so repetitive for me. It's just something I've always done. So maybe we can kind of take that stuff and unpack it. I think I'm ready to examine it and see if we can't heal from it and work it out. You know, that's the original reason for even starting this channel is healing. We want to heal from stuff and we want to constantly work on ourselves. Nobody's done and cured, right? Like we want to keep working on ourselves. We're freaking flawed. Intelligence is the ability to learn. I love that, Kimmy Steele. Thank you for being a member. I love you guys. I really do. And I trust you and I consider all of you friends. Watching you reprogram yourself will help others. VTV, that's a great point. I wish there were other Scientologists that were just getting out that I could talk with because I would feel less alone about that. Like, I know that, you know, I have my friends, of course, you know, I have Aaron, I have Sterling, I have Natalie, but all those guys have been out for so long. And I still feel like it was yesterday. I don't want to get into it right now, but I just feel like I still feel like my in laws were just in my life and my friends. And I'm like, I feel like I just talked to them. It's so weird that they're not there anymore. It's so weird that I can't go down to the church and walk in and just see everybody. It weirds me out sometimes. And it's starting to come back, I feel like, and slap me in the face. And now I feel like we're at a point where I need to probably process and talk about that. Yeah, Zelda, I should make a list of Scientology words. That's a great idea. Yeah, it hasn't been that long, I guess. It seems like it's been a long time, but it hasn't. You know what's really weird? I'm beginning to understand Scientology speak. That's not really weird, Ann Hummingbird. You probably watch all the channels, and I get that. It was just yesterday, if you think about it, Jeff. Yeah. Well, thanks for being understanding. Hi, Tampa B. I love you, girl. Thank you, Shelly. Guys, thanks for being understanding of that. Yeah, Amber's been out since 95 and I am still having time with different things. Yeah. I don't think it will ever go away. Um no, original Anne, I didn't. I don't think it's ever going to go away. Thank you, Jason P. Yeah, I love Tommy very much. But I think you guys know, especially VTV really gets it. I am a verbal processor. That's why this channel is so great for me. That's why I love it so much and I get so much out of it. It's very therapeutic for me. And I think if I bye Aria, love you, girl. Glad you're better, and I hope you're home. Thank you, Amber's Glass. I just think if we work through it and talk about some things, I think we should, and I think it will help me a lot. Something really bad happened to me and Ted today. What? And I'm freaking out. Please send me love. Everybody send love right now to Tampa B, please. That's horrible. I'm going to find out what that is here in just a second. That's horrible, girl. I think she needs to apologize to Tommy. Well, that will be up to her. And Aria is home. That's the best news. I love that. Thank you, Noreen McLean from Canada. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Ones and prayers to Tampa B. Thank you, guys. You always come through. You're such a huge support system. We all are so supportive of each other. I love that about this place. So I'm going to hop off. I appreciate you guys listening, and let's do some Scientology unpacking and healing. Let's do that. I'm ready, and I want to. And one of these days, it would be really cool to get my sister. I would love to have my sister on, talk about her Scientology path. All right, guys, thank you for the love today. Thank you for your super chats, your memberships, your wisdom, and thank you most of all for showing love toward Tommy because he's amazing. And catch the lifeboat if he's on tonight. I don't know if he will be, but definitely catch it if he is. Thank you. And here comes Fred. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you for being here.